Hey, this is John Williams coming to you from my home office in Henderson, Nevada. So glad you're tuning in. I have a couple of special guests. I've got Kedzie Morgan coming to you from New Jersey, Kedzie? From the Pink Room in New Jersey. I love that room, Kedzie. Kedzie, I'm going to let you introduce our special guest this morning.
Okay, thank you, John. And we have Marj Melchiors out of Prescott Valley, Arizona. And she is the most wonderful, beautiful entrepreneur. We met as a result of her concern for her daughters with what we call EMF, electromagnetic radiation, from our devices, from our wireless world. And she's got a beautiful, as you can see behind her, a beautiful brick and mortar all-natural cosmetics store as well as online. And we met, oh gosh, I guess almost a year and a half ago, and began instantly helping her customers and other people to learn all about this. And we want to share all the creative ways that she's been able to, that Marj has been able to use this platform to increase her business.
Well, Marj, thank you so much for joining us. I think I've known you for about a year also, and it's been a blast watching you create success in your business alongside of Gia. And so as we get started, could you just give us a little bit of background about your business there?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, John. I've been in business now for 20 years. I've been online since 1999. So it's been quite a long journey, and a lot of things have changed in my business. And about 5 years ago, I opened up my first brick and mortar store. So I kind of did things the opposite of most people. I was online first, and then I decided to open up a storefront. So since I opened up a storefront, it's just really changed my life, because now I can interact with people instead of dealing with email or on the phone. I get to see people. They come in and we become friends. I see them out in the community. So it's really fun to have both the best worlds, online and a brick and mortar.
Well, that's really great that you get to do both. I know most brick and mortar folks would love to be able to work online, most of them, but it sounds like you love both of those ideas. So how did you discover Gia? How did it come into your life?
Well, I've been sensitive to the electromagnetic field most of my life, and I didn't realize back in the late 70s exactly what the problem was. But as time went on, I became familiar with that it was an electromagnetic sensitivity. So last year, my daughter was going to be taking a trip to Europe, and she had a fiance, and I knew she was going to be on the phone all the time. So because I'm sensitive to electromagnetic with a cell phone, I wanted protection for my daughter, because I'm just assuming that she has the same sensitivity. So I was searching online, and I came across the truth about cancer. And it was very enlightening as they talked about Gia Wellness, about the cell phone protection. So I thought, well, I'm just going to check this out. So I actually went onto the Gia Wellness website, and I was really excited to see that there were some options for cell phone protection. I was particularly interested in the cell phone case. I thought it would be very convenient for my daughter traveling to just have it all in one. So I ordered her a cell phone case, and shortly after that, Gia Wellness asked me if I was interested in selling the products, because they saw that I had a store, and they put me in touch with Kedzie. And then Kedzie came up to my store one day and gave me and my staff an overview of the products, and I was just blown away. I knew that it was a really good fit for me.
That's great. What a great story. I don't know who got luckier. I think so.
Me.
I think Gia got lucky. Gia got lucky too. Well, Kedzie and I are both entrepreneurs, as you are, and that's why we're so interested to talk about what you've done with our products. So it sounds like you almost knew right away that there might be a fit within your store, within your environment. And I'm curious to know, how did you begin to incorporate Gia products into what you do in your store and your online business?
Well, my staff and I were experimenting with the i-Water. One of us had purchased a system, so before we even figured out that it would be something we could market, we were drinking it ourselves and spraying it. And maybe after we'd been doing that for a week or two without sharing it to any of my customers, a woman walked in the door, and I had never met her before, so she was new, and she said, "I have this dermatitis on my skin. Is there anything you can do to help me?" And I have over 400 products here, but I was so excited about the i-Water. I happened to have a sprayer bottle of it on my desk, and I said, well, this is a new product. I'm not sure what it will do, but hey, let's give it a try. So I said, do you mind me spraying it on you, because she was really uncomfortable and itching. And she said, sure, I'm game. So I sprayed the i-Water on her skin, and then she walked around the store, and I would say within minutes she could tell that it was starting to calm down her skin. And she said, oh, I wonder if this would help my husband. He's had this terrible psoriasis on his back for 10 years, and we've tried everything, even medication, and it just it seems like it's still a problem. And I said, well, I can't guarantee anything, but why don't you give it a try? So that's the first time I decided to actually sell a 4-ounce bottle to this woman. I sold a 4-ounce bottle filled with i-Water for $8, and she thought it was a bargain. So she went home and she used it, and it was like at the end of the week, like maybe a Thursday or Friday, she came back the following week, maybe just 4 or 5 days later, and her face looked so good. I mean, it looked like she was wearing makeup. It was not red and flaky. It was a certain kind of dermatitis that is like dandruff on your skin. And she said, I am so happy that this has helped my skin. And she said, the best part is that I think it's helping my husband's back. So she was the first person that was our customer, and we were so blown away and excited that we were able to help someone with that kind of condition, because I've got a lot of different skincare products, but I don't have anything specific for that, for dermatitis or psoriasis.
Yeah.
So that's where it all began.
Well, I just want to say for sure on this video, we're not making any medical claims, because, hey, this is just water. This is just water. That's all it is.
Right.
But that's some really cool things. So here you are, you've got a 4-ounce bottle and you sold it for $8. Now, most of people watching this, they don't understand the retail and the selling of products. So that had to be pretty significant. There must have been a light bulb that came on and said, hey, there must be something here. So let me ask you this, is i-Water like the main product that you think that, do you think of as i-Water as your main connection to Gia for your customers?
I do believe that it is the main connection, specifically because the topical use of it truly relates to skin. And since I am in the natural beauty business, it's just a perfect fit, because I have people walking in here every day that are asking for something for their skin, and a lot of the skin problems have to do with the climate we live in too, living here in Arizona, being very dry. So most people that come in here have dry skin. So actually the i-Water is the first thing I talk to them about. They'll say, oh, do you have a good skincare product for really dry skin? And I immediately go to my bottle, and I will actually spray it. If they don't want it on their face, I will spray it on one arm, and then minutes later they can tell. I'll say, feel your arm and see if it feels any different. And so, and they're like, oh yeah, that's I can really feel more hydration there. That feels really good. So definitely the hydration topically is the number one connection I have with the i-Water.
Do you still sell a bottle, the 4-ounce bottle, to people?
I do.
For $8?
I do. I sell the 4-ounce bottles, and I've gotten I used to sell the refill for more. I'd say, come in, bring your bottle for $4, but now I've kind of gone lax on that. I've gone $2 to refill it because we've also gotten into activating gallons of water for people. So when you look at the cost of that, it didn't make sense for me to charge so much.
Oh, I got it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but just for those of you who are entrepreneurs who are watching this, who may have a store or may have a salon, realize that doing it this way, helping people to purchase the spray bottle and then have them come back, that means they're coming back to your store. And I just want to touch on that. By having people coming back, do you see them becoming customers for the rest of your products more often? Does that make it? I hope I'm making sense with that question.
Yeah, well, I tell people when they buy a product, if they're not using the i-Water yet, but maybe they're a long time ago customer, don't know about the i-Water, I actually sell it as like a pair. I say, if you use this skin cream and then you spray the i-Water over it, it's going to enhance the product and it's going to drive it deeper into your skin. So people, they know this is the place to get it. This is the only place where they can get it. So they will come back get it.
That's really great.
Could I jump in 1 second, because there's a whole layering approach to Marge's way of teaching people how to use her makeup products. And maybe, Marj, you could describe what you discovered when we were in Baltimore doing a booth at a cancer Alzheimer's symposium with doctors galore, and Marj was doing makeovers right at the booth and discovered something else using the i-Water.
Yes, I was doing a makeover on a woman, and she had not put on a moisturizer yet. So normally when you put makeup on someone, they need to have some kind of hydration underneath the makeup for the makeup to stick better to the skin. So I said, did you put on a moisturizer this morning? Because it was really early. And she said, no, I didn't. I said, well, here, let's try some i-Water. Let me spray some i-Water on your skin. So I sprayed it on her skin, waited a minute or two, and then I applied the makeup, and it was unbelievable. Unbelievable how good her skin looked, because I had also put makeup on her the day before. It was the same makeup. And it just looked so smooth and almost flawless looking, having the i-Water underneath the makeup. So, it's like a, quote, miracle product for my business.
Unbelievable. So I know, watching you from afar, that you've helped a lot of people with i-Water, drinking i-Water. So can we talk about how that became introduced to your business and how you've turned it into a profit center? And I think it's just such a unique way that not only can other store owners do it, but I think people who are consultants in GIA can do the same thing you're doing. So can you describe what you're doing with i-Water?
Okay, so as I mentioned, originally we started topically, and then we had a presentation here at my store with Kedzie, and I'm not exactly sure how things played upon each other, but there were people that were at this presentation, and it was probably just a month or two after I gotten into the GIA business. And I don't know, something about the idea of having them try it, before they would make a commitment to purchasing a unit. So I just decided, well, that I would offer people that I would activate water for them. And I collaborated with Kedzie on another company that she knew about down in the Phoenix area that did sell water activated. And we came up with the price of $5 a gallon would be a very reasonable price for up this neck of the woods here. $5 a gallon to activate a gallon of purified water. So I started advertising it, putting it out there that people could come and bring their own water that's been purified, and I would charge $5 a gallon to activate the water for them. And that has become extremely popular. Some days I will have 5 or more gallons sitting here that I have to activate that day, and people understand they have to wait a while, so they'll drop it off and they'll come back the next day and pick it up activated. So it's becoming a really big business, and I recently came up with the idea of offering people a special deal. So I have an index card with their name on it, and I record the date and how much they purchased of the iWater. And the new deal is it's a 50-50 deal where if they purchase the iWater system within 50 days, I will give them 50% of their money back. So if they buy, say, 10 gallons at $5 a gallon, that's $50. I'll give them $25 back when they purchase a unit. And I just started this about a week or two ago. And so I'm going to be really excited to see, you know, how that will motivate people to go ahead and make a purchase.
And now, so if I'm understanding, so the spray bottle is like $4 a bottle?
I sell it for $8.
You do sell it for $8 still? Okay, great. And then, and so people will use the water, and do a lot of people end up buying the system eventually from you?
They do eventually. It seems like maybe it drags out for a little bit longer period of time because I do offer the service, and they think, oh, I can just go there and, you know, have it done for me. But that's why I came up with this 50-50 deal, is I'm trying to spur people along to not just keep depending on me to be making their water for them, activating their water for, you know, unlimited periods of time. I want them to, you know, come on, get on with it. So we'll see. We'll see how that'll play off.
So,
let me just make a quick comment. Marj has continuously, wouldn't you say, Marj, that you have had sort of a very consistent number of people having their water activated, and there's always new people coming in and people transitioning into owning their own, so it's sort of a regular number all the time. So we're trying to make sure that that number doesn't get out of control so that Marj is not turning into just a water activating robot, right? And so, but you also have a coupon in the local papers this month.
Yes, I do. I have a coupon in the local shopping paper, and I've had some new people come in because they saw this coupon for a free gallon of the super hydrating is how I promote it, super hydrating water. And I have a little testimonial quote from one of my customers in the ad. Talks about how she was, you know, very pleased with the results of it. So yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So here, it sounds like, so you're a skincare specialist, and topical is really made sense. Now you're almost like a skincare specialist, but also helping people with a lot of their other health issues, because when someone becomes hydrated with iWater, a lot of good things happen. So do you have any, like, one or two stories you can tell us of some of the results people have gotten by either buying water from you individually or getting a water system?
Yes. My favorite story is with Donna, and she's a woman in her 80s. And I did a presentation for one of her groups, one of her clubs that she belongs to. And after the presentation, she told me that she had a weakness with her kidneys, and she wanted to know if I thought it would help her if she drank the water. And I said, well, I can't guarantee anything. You might want to consult your physician first, but this is super hydrating water. So she decided to come to my store because in the presentation I mentioned how I did sell the water. And so she brought her water in, and she, I would say for a couple of months, she came in regularly. Every week she would bring her 2 gallons of water, and I would activate it. And after a couple of months' time, she did have some testing done with her physician and did find that there was improvement with her kidneys. And she was really excited about that. So she decided to go ahead and make a purchase of the unit. And then 2 months after that, after continually drinking it, she had another lab test done. And again, there was even a higher increase in the function of her kidneys. So that is my all-time favorite story to help someone who, you know, had a pretty serious condition.
That is one of my favorite stories also. And when you see the picture of Donna, I get goosebumps, really. I have goosebumps right now just seeing her face. And, well, Marj, I so appreciate you for all that you've done from an entrepreneurial point of view. And that's really what we wanted to talk about today. And so in my mind, I mean, my mind's kind of going crazy already. I know I'm going to hang this up and I'm going to do some things and get some ideas out there for people. But for those of you who might have a salon or a store or a way that you can do some of the things that Marj is doing, what I think about the most, yes, I water for $5 and the spray bottle for $8, but what I'm thinking about is getting people back in the door. That's really a key to any business, is having people come back. But not only are they coming back, but they're coming back and they're purchasing something. They're not just coming and looking, they're actually purchasing something every single time they come back, but it opens up your whole store to them. So that's the one thing. And I know that some of you who are watching this video are working from home like I am and like Kedzie is. There's no reason why we can't do some of the same things that Marj is doing, because, you know, we're always making up water for people to try out. And why not have a system in place where they can come to you and get a refill? They can come to you and refill their spray bottle and pay you a little bit for that, because it does take time and energy to do that. But I love the idea of putting away part of that money towards their own system. And it's almost like a guarantee at some point they're going to be purchasing an i-Water system. And imagine duplicating that out throughout an organization. That's really what I wanted to get out today, is that, yeah, Marj has a shop and she has an online business, but there's just no reason. Marj, do you agree with me that anybody could do this?
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's nothing, you know, unusual about this except that I have people coming in the door. But if you're meeting people anyway talking about GIA, whether it's, you know, in home or at a show, you know, you can just be activating the water like crazy.
Well, I really think the difference is that you're used to selling products, where most of us working from home, we're not accustomed to doing that. But I think if we begin to get this out to our teams, I think we can really help a lot of people create a second income while they're growing their organization and creating an income that way. Kedzie, do you have any final thoughts or ideas?
Yes, I do. You know, as a former brick and mortar owner, retailer, you know, I felt immediately at home meeting Marj and her beautiful shop, and you know, we've just partnered together so well, and so much fun and energy and so forth. What I wanted to say is that the value, when you're in this kind of a market, for anybody who has a kind of any sort of similar overlapping business model, there's an automatic value to things. When people walk in the door, they know that things cost money. There's an automatic value. So I think with the networkers, they don't actually connect with that automatically. They connect with giving information or being excited or passion, but there's sort of a gap in their minds about the value of things. And I know that it is amazing to hear that Marj sells the bottles of water, I've got my bottle right here, and ships them wherever. I don't know where all the bottles have gone, but there are customers that say, no, I want to buy another one. She says, well, you know, you could get it, no, I just want to buy another one. There's a certain automatic value that is intrinsic built in people's minds. So that's an advantage, an automatic advantage to saying, I do this, I activate it, I charge this. It's an automatic thing. And I think that this, what I want to do in terms of creating this video is to actually share that beyond the walls of our mind, beyond the walls of the store, and bring that into our work, our education, you know, the value of it. And I know I'm speaking your language, John, because the preciousness of what we have has so much value.
Right. Well, I think we have achieved what we wanted to achieve. I hope that everybody watches this video, and I know I'm going to send it out. I'm going to post it online and just share it with everybody possible, because I think it's just some great ideas. Congratulations to you, Marj, for what you've done. I love your attitude. I love the way you share with people on social media and what you're doing and how many people you're helping. And Kedzi, appreciate your entrepreneurial mind and working together with Marj. You guys are a great partnership. You've done a lot for, I know, the area there. But you've really done a lot for us to inspire all of us at GIA to look at this in a different way and to bring that entrepreneurial spirit in. So thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, John, for helping us create and get the word out.
Have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you.